Hey guys, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to use Node.js with MySQL database. How you can write a program that can interact with MySQL, sort of run queries and and return data. You can use this code base to develop REST APIs to use in your own projects, and I believe majority of the production projects actually require databases, and MySQL is indeed one of the most popular SQL database out there. Before we proceed, you should have MySQL installed in your system. You can simply go to this website and choose your operating system and download it depending on your OS. I'm using Mac right now and I've already installed it. And once you are done with your installation, you can run the MySQL server using the following command: mysql.server start. Once you do that, MySQL will start the server, and once the server will start, you can basically interact with it. And since we are going to use Node.js, I highly recommend this module. It's called MySQL. It's a pure Node.js JavaScript client. It's very lightweight and it has been battle tested with lots of production system. Even I have worked with this module and deployed lots of projects on production system using this module. And you can simply go ahead and install it using this command and sort of start running. So let me just show you how you can actually do that. So first you need to create a new project, and one of the recommended ways and the best practices in Node is to always use npm init command to create a package.json and then move ahead and install the module. So let me just show you how to do that. I've already created my folder, so let me just install the module. You can just run npm install or npm I -save mysql, and once you do that, npm will pull the repository from npm and sort of install it in your project. I have already actually done that, so it won't take much time. Yeah, and once you do that, you can simply write your code. So let me just show you the code that you can use to connect with MySQL. And before that, let me just show you in the article itself. Okay, so once you're done with MySQL module, you can simply use this code to actually make a connection. You just require the MySQL module. You call the create connection function and provide all the credentials of your database, like host, username, password, and of course the database name, and just call the connect function to make a connection. However, this is not recommended. This is just for the learning purpose. I would highly recommend you to use connection pooling, which is pooling basically allows you to use the same connection multiple times. So for every query, you don't need to actually run, or you don't need to actually create a new connection to MySQL database. You can reuse the one that has been already created. Also, just in case if you guys are getting error like error not supported auth mode, this may come if you are using latest version of MySQL. Then you can simply create a new user in your MySQL with MySQL native password authentication mechanism, and once you do that and try to connect with that user, the one you have created with MySQL native password mechanism, then you can simply connect with it. Right now I believe the module does not support new authentication mechanism proposed by MySQL. They may support that, but by the time of I'm recording this video, they do not. I've actually come across this error, so I actually wrote a solution of it. So let me show you the code. Okay, so this is the simple code where you are creating a pool connection. So instead of using create connection function, you use mysql.create pool, and you provide your credentials, and you simply use pool.get connection function, this one, to get a new connection from pool if it is available. If it's not available, the module will actually create a new connection with MySQL and return you the connection, and use that connection to run a query, right? And once the query is run, you can simply release the connection so that it returns to the pool again and available for other queries, and you can proceed further. And this is as simple as that. You can also run a lot of other queries as well. I mean, this is just a tip of the iceberg. You can simply run, let's say, insert query, you can use insert command, and you can use escaping to actually write a query with escaped values, and use the same pull function to pull.query function. So as I explained here, you need to return the connection after querying, but there is a shortcut function of that which is called pull.query. You just directly use the pull variable and run a query with it, and MySQL will actually manage that. MySQL module will manage the connection, releasing the connection to the pull again. So this is how you write insert query. You just use mysql.format that allows you to sort of escape the values coming from, maybe from front end or maybe from mobile application, and you should always do the formatting. You can also select this like with the where conditions and joins, whatever query you want, you can sort of run it and directly execute it. And here's the update one. There is also delete query, right? And yeah, you can also call MySQL stored procedure, right? Stored procedure are like functions you can create in MySQL, and you can just simply call that function instead of writing a query. For example, this is a simple stored procedure. Here the query is simply select star from table name, and the procedure is called get all to do. And once the procedure is created, you can simply call pull.query, and in the query you just write call and the name of the stored procedure. Once you do that, MySQL will actually run this procedure and return you the result if there is any. And you can also do multiple things like transactions, or you can pass lot of other parameters if you have maybe like SSL or other parameters. And there are a lot of options, to be honest. If you see here, the socket path, there is time zone, connection timeout settings, a lot of options that you may require in production server. You can also of course use SSL to make the encryption. And yeah, let me just show you the transaction one. Use transactions as well. Just use connection.begin transaction, and there's one thing that transactions are actually not available at pooling level, so you need to use connection variable. Just use connection.begin transaction, use commit and rollback function to actually perform the commit and rollback in transaction like you do. So this is a very simple tutorial. Let me just actually run the code and show you, right? That's more important. So let me just simply run that. Node app.js, code it's running. Okay, let me just hit it and see if there's any data. I think there's no data in the table. Let me just see that. Yeah, actually there is no data in the table, but if there is any, you will get it using the select command. This is how you do a very simple tutorial to interface MySQL with Node. You can obviously refer to this article. I will link it into the description box, as well as this page as well, to download the MySQL version. I hope you find this useful. If so, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you into the next video.